Right now at noon, President Trump lays out his vision for peace in the Middle East, the latest on his trip to Egypt and Israel to celebrate the ceasefire deal and a release today of the remaining hostages. Right now at noon, President Trump lays out his vision for peace in the Middle East.
And we've had scattered showers since this morning, continuing with some scattered showers into the afternoon and overnight. A look at your forecast coming up.
Plus details of football players from a Missouri high school that were pepper sprayed by police at the end of a recent game.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. President Trump is in the Middle East to celebrate the peace agreement that has put a stop to the fighting in Gaza and brought the Israeli hostages home. Natalie Brand has the details from the White House.
Reunited after 2 years of captivity, the 20 living hostages released today are finally embracing their families. Cheers erupted in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv as crowds gathered to watch coverage of the hostages' return and President Trump's speech before Israel's parliament.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God.
President Trump, who helped broker phase 1 of the ceasefire deal, used the address to lay out his hopes for lasting peace in the Middle East and the future of Gaza.
The total focus of Gazans must be on restoring the fundamentals of stability, safety, dignity, and economic development so they can finally have the better life that their children really do deserve after all these decades of horror.
As part of the truce, Israel is releasing nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners, some of whom were greeted by throngs of people in the West Bank and Gaza. Humanitarian aid is also expected to surge into the war-torn region.
It's peace in the Middle East, and everybody said it's not possible to do. And it's going to happen, and it is happening as before your very eyes.
President Trump and leaders from more than 20 nations are attending a summit in Egypt to celebrate the deal, but also discuss the more challenging next phases that will address governance of Gaza and disarming Hamas. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Neither Israel or Hamas sent representatives to Egypt. And a Granby family is without a home after an early morning fire on North Gamble Street. Crews got the call at around 6:45 this morning to find flames tearing through the house as steady rain fell. Crews managed to put out the flames, but smoke still poured out of the collapsed roof. 2 people were treated for minor smoke inhalation and 1 had to climb out of a window to escape. The Red Cross is now helping the family get back on their feet. And early yesterday afternoon, a bomb threat regarding the Walmart in Lamar, Missouri was called in. The Barton County Sheriff's Department tells KOAM the Joplin Airport K-9 was called in to assist authorities with clearing the building. We're also told the Missouri State Highway Patrol bomb squad was on standby, but was later disregarded after the building was deemed all clear at around 5:30 p.m. yesterday evening. Now, those with any information regarding the threat are asked to contact the Lamar Police Department. Let's take it over now to Chris Warner.
Yeah, we had scattered showers through the morning hours, and we got pauses here and there, hence the nature of scattered. This is a look from downtown Pittsburgh earlier after the rain had paused for a moment. Same from the MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline in Joplin, but all those wet roadways out there from those scattered showers. Take a look at where our averages are right now, and take a look at where we are. Started yesterday at 62, should be at 49. We started the day 10 degrees cooler than what our average high should be. Made it up to 86. And our temperature trend, we're actually not bad today. We're still above normal in some cases, but a lot closer. Then we turn around and warm right back up again over the next few days. As for the rest of this evening, isolated to scattered showers across the region. They'll continue through the evening and overnight. And thanks to the clouds and the rain, the temperatures, as you can see, don't really move much. We'll be in the upper 60s through 11 o'clock tonight. We will heat back up, as you saw in that temperature trend, and then fall-like weather should arrive. We'll go over those details with you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Football players from a Missouri high school were pepper sprayed by police at the end of a game against a school in Ohio. Parents of the Missouri players are expressing shock at the incident. Brent Solomon reports.
I've never seen anything like that.
Take a look as police in Massillon, Ohio pepper spray football players from Cardinal Ritter College Prep. Parent Ashley Ashburn remembers getting the phone call.
Just yelling in the phone like, "Mom, I just got maced." And I'm like, what?
Her 16-year-old son was playing with his teammates. During the handshake line right after the game is when it all went down.
He was like, "We just got maced by the police." I'm like, what happened?
That's what I wanted to know. So I contacted the police chief of the Massillon Police Department. He shared with me this video showing another angle. The chief says after multiple fights, pushing and shoving between both teams, officers were forced to intervene. He says one of the home team's players' face mask was grabbed, and he was then surrounded and chased by Cardinal Ritter players. After giving multiple orders for Cardinal Ritter to leave the field, he says 2 officers deployed pepper spray.
Even if it was a fight, you don't mace children.
Cardinal Ritter's president called it unacceptable. Neither the school where the game took place nor the school district have shown any interest in supporting an official investigation. We are working to file official complaints with the local police department, she said.
Tell the kids to move, like get off the field. It's time to get off the field. You could even have an announcer announce something over the intercom or anything like that, or, help the coaches get the kids off the field, but not to pull out mace and mace them. No, absolutely not.
Now, the police department said it reviewed the incident and determined the officer's actions were within the department's policies and procedures. Coming up, students in Kansas learned from Hispanic doctors and educators for leadership inspiration, and later we're making casada cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, Maple Leaf traditions took place in Carthage over the weekend. That included the chicken pageant, the event where owners dress up in costumes with their chickens in order to get judged. This year's pageant was emceed by KOAM's very own Blake Gully. The chickens were judged by the crowd, and the chicken who won was determined by how loud the crowd got. Winners received a blue ribbon chicken scratch and a flock box. And blind and low vision students put their climbing skills to the test at the Greenbush Education Services Girard campus. With the help of the Greenbush staff, K through 12 students from across southeast Kansas work together to tackle a ropes course with a series of obstacles. The event celebrates White Cane Day, which is this Wednesday, October 15th.
There's that initial hesitation to try something new, and then there's also, just the basic fear of heights, stuff like that they have to overcome and learn to trust not only their instructors, but trust each other and really take that encouragement and run with it.
Greenbush continues to provide services for special education students through a combination of educational programs and physical activity. Their mission is to prepare students as well as possible for successful adult lives. Well, in Wichita, Kansas, students are learning from Hispanic doctors and educators who work to inspire young people to follow the same career path. During a special event, a leader panel shared advice to high school and college students. Ana Valdez has a recap.
It took me 7 years to get into medical school, and there was a lot of times where I thought it was never going to happen.
Alex Palacios, just one of the students learning from other Hispanic doctors and professionals at the Hispanic Journeys to Leadership, organized by the Kansas College of Osteopathic Medicine and Latino Medical Student Association. She says this offers a space for representation.
Just kind of embrace being Latino and being in medicine, and that it didn't have to be this separation that it feels like it sometimes is.
She saw firsthand how complicated the healthcare system was after her dad had a stroke. It made her realize there is a need for more Hispanic doctors.
To make any sort of difference and to harness that anger and pain into something that wasn't anger and pain was to actually be in a position where I could make a difference, and that's why I pursued medicine.
The Kansas Hispanic Education and Development Foundation says that the Hispanic population is growing in Wichita, and it's important to inspire students to become healthcare professionals, especially bilingual students who can help the community.
The demographics alone are demanding to have more bilingual doctors or DOs, and there's such a need right now.
Palacios is set to become the first doctor in her family. She says seeing other professionals in the field helps inspire more students and show them that there is an opportunity for everyone.
I'm going to be the first doctor in my family, and there's so many people that align with that story where we've never been able to see someone that looks like us be in these positions and live these lives, and it's just incredible to see that.
In Wichita, I'm Ana Valdez, 12 News.
And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Happy Columbus Day. To salute this day, we've come up with an Italian dessert that we bet Christopher would have been thrilled to discover.
Scattered showers continuing as the trend through the afternoon and evening hours. And then the warm weather returns. Details when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon on what's been a somewhat cloudy and rainy day for us, but it's much needed rain across the areas. We've been continuing to deal with some drought conditions out there, but the rain does come with another little caveat to it, is that these roads, well, we haven't had a lot of rain on them, and the cars, there have been plenty of those, so all those oils and things coming off the cars making the roads a little slicker with this rain. So you do want to be cautious. This is, of course, a look from earlier today from downtown Pittsburgh in between one of those scattered showers out there. And that's, of course, the whole nature of scattered showers. As we continue into the afternoon, we'll deal with continuing scattered showers. We still could get a rumble of thunder or two. But again, those chances for thunder overall are pretty low. Now, later into the afternoon and evening, further east, the showers start to become a bit more isolated. They're not gone, they're just much more isolated, but we're still getting scattered showers out to the west. And as we go overnight tonight, showers become considerably more isolated, but they're still there. This is 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, still with those isolated showers. And as we roll into Tuesday, isolated showers to begin the day, and they could continue through noon, maybe 1 at the latest, and then they should be gone. And that will allow skies to begin to clear out and our temperatures to start to heat right back up again. And as we go into our Wednesday, same thing, except no rain. Instead, we're just partly cloudy, and our temperatures continuing to climb across the area. But there is some good news, at least it's still long range. Change. Hopefully it doesn't, but there's some good news as we roll into next week. But first, for the rest of today, again, mostly cloudy skies, scattered showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder or two. Most of us low to mid 70s for our highs today. Now, if you get a longer break in the shower or you get a little more sunshine peeking through in between those showers, you could be 2 or 3 degrees warmer than that. But I think for the most part, we're low to mid 70s. Winds will be calm or light and variable at best out there. Isolated showers, maybe even a couple of scattered showers. The only difference is the coverage. Overnight tonight, winds still calm and back into the mid 60s, so stay mild. Those clouds helping keep that warmer air in. We talk about that thermal blanket thing. It's a phrase we use a lot during the winter because if we have a mild day in December, January, and then it's cloudy and it stays cloudy overnight, that helps keep it a little warmer overnight. But the thermal blanket thing works any time of the year, and that's why we're going to have another mild evening out there. Into tomorrow, again, a few of those morning showers out there. Then they start to clear out. Skies will gradually begin to clear. Winds still calm or light and variable, but our temperature is considerably warmer, low to mid 80s across the area. Low to mid 80s will continue from tomorrow all the way through at least Friday. And then as we head into the upcoming weekend here, Sunday looks pretty good, and Sunday just went away. But our Saturday, we do have maple leaf stuff going on. We do have the opportunity for some isolated thunderstorms. At least right now, those chances pretty low. So don't cancel your plans. I know there's maple leaf. I know there's a ton of things on top of that happening this weekend. You just need to be cognizant. Keep the Skywatch weather app handy. And of course, when thunder roars, head indoors. But take a look at what happens next week as we go into somewhat more seasonable temperatures and a few additional rain chances next Monday and Tuesday. So just a few more days of this warm weather, and then we'll get a nice little break heading into the next work week. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. We'll stick around. We're making cassata cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. We'll end your Italian feast on a sweet note with today's Mr. Food recipe. And the best part, the recipe for this delicious dessert uses a convenient shortcut, which means you can get to enjoy a slice of this delicious Italian specialty in no time. Let's check in with Howard, who's making cassata cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Can you believe it's been over 500 years since Columbus discovered what he called the New World? In honor of his discovery, we thought we'd share an Italian discovery of our own. The best part? We don't even have to leave the house to enjoy the boatload of pleasure that this cake delivers. We start by baking a yellow cake mix according to the package directions. Now, while that cools, we whip up our filling, which is simply some ricotta cheese combined with a generous amount of mini chocolate chips, sugar, vanilla, and a touch of cinnamon. After that's mixed, we pop it in the fridge. While that chills, place one of the cakes on a serving platter and drizzle it with a mixture we made by dissolving some sugar in some rum and a little water. Once it soaks in, we top it with the ricotta mixture. Then the second layer of cake. This is looking amazing. We could serve this as is, but to take it over the top, we frost the whole thing with whipped cream and finish it off with some toasted almonds. I mean, between the rich filling and the flavor-drenched cake and the creamy frosting, you can't miss. So go online now so you can share the discovery of what we call cassata cake with your world. I think Columbus would sail to America all over again if he knew this was waiting for him. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we discovered a more Italian way for you to say, "Ah, molto bene." Well, that's simply Italian for, "Ooh, it's so good."
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now let's take a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, so again, we've got those scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two continuing through the afternoon into the evening. Isolated showers overnight tonight. Temperatures staying mild into the mid-60s. We start heating up again, low to mid-80s tomorrow through Friday. A few isolated showers in the morning tomorrow. A few isolated storms possible Saturday. And then temperatures much closer to normal next week.
All right, at least we get a little bit of a break before that climbs back up.
That'll be welcome for sure.
Absolutely. Dowdy up for us later on today.
Well, a lot's coming up at 5. For starters, toxic content is slipping into social feeds faster than most parents can catch it. We're going to take a look at how a new AI app is working to protect kids in real time. Plus, the Maple Leaf Festival is in full swing this week. We're going to visit Carthage to see what's in store. And the Liberal Police Department is in the hot seat after a social media post sparked backlash. We're going to have what was said and how the community is reacting. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
All right, Dal, thanks, and that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.